I think the only way to actually thrive is to see opportunities and make use of these opportunities.
How would you integrate this child into the community?
I think all our introductions are quite soft.
How did you get into looking at doing something for teenagers?
It was all okay actually, up until we experienced the bullies. When my children were affected by this bullying, I knew I had to do something.
What motivates you to keep going?
It's really, really gratifying to see these children coming in and then be happy. It's so nice. It's very rewarding for me.
What advice would you give to a parent that could see that their child was struggling?
I would say try and see if it is a good fit for you, because we have amazing children.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Junior Gladiator Kidpreneurs, where we talk to people that have inspiring journeys or interesting businesses. And today we have a very, very interesting lady on the podcast. I'm very excited to talk to her. Her name is Margarita Loana, and she is the founder of Teenovation. Teenovation is, for me, I think it's fantastic. It's a social enterprise that helps to transform the way that teens come together, build relationships, build a community, but also teaches them skills and abilities that they can take throughout their own life as well. So I'm very excited to speak to Margarita today. Teenovation was inspired by her own children and her own journey through going through their life as teenagers. Having a teenager myself, I also understand the challenges that parents can go through when it comes to making sure that their kids are not only healthy and they have the right mental awareness, but also they're socially engaging as well, which is so important for mental health. So Margarita, welcome to the studio. I'm very excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much for the invite. I'm really appreciative of this. I think what you're doing is really, really amazing, and this is like a great opportunity for me to, spread awareness and spread the word out there about what innovation is and our unique concept.
I can't wait to delve in and get more information about it. Just before we do, just tell us a little bit of a history about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? And how did you get into looking at doing something for teenagers?
Oh, definitely. So I'm from Romania. I came to Dubai 22 years ago, to be more precise. So I came on a contract for 2 years, and in no time it became 22.
That's the story.
That's my story, yeah. Yes. So my journey leading to this point today was actually, I was always involved in my children's education. Obviously, having the children, teenagers, right, going through a lot of challenges. We all know what teenagers are going through. It was all okay actually, up until we experienced a bullying, let's say, situation. Yes, that left my children isolated and withdrawn. So before that, we used to do a lot of activities. I used to organize a lot of activities for different communities, homeschooling communities, another community. So I'm very, very much involved in this kind of initiatives for a few years now. So when my children were affected by this bullying, I knew I had to do something. So I just started a few activities with two or three of their friends, and it just, it just spread. It just grew from there. So having this community growing, you know how it is, and running it for like 2 years, it was a very interesting experience for me because, and if you like, it was like an involuntary experiment where we would see children facing a lot of issues, right? And the beauty thing is that, due to the relationships they build in the community, you see children turn out completely 180 degrees, and they're happy. And so having observed all that, I have decided, I can help more children. I can help more teens. I can be a support system. This is a support system. And obviously, I studied a lot. I did a lot of research, and, it all comes to, according to Research Institute of decades of research and studies, it only comes to positive relationships for teenagers to thrive. It's as simple as that. So if we offer them the opportunities, give them a chance to actually socialize away from their gadgets, yeah, and basically have their teenage years back, I think that that will actually help them thrive, help them overcome challenges, see the world in a different perspective when you have, a community and a social support. So having said that, so I have decided to open the community after 2 years of doing the activities pro bono. I was so happy to do that, but obviously it's not easy for a single person to dive into all that because it takes time, it takes resources. So, as the community grew, the expectations grew as well.
And the
right?
responsibilities too.
And responsibilities as well. So I decided, okay, I can do it differently. So this is how I became a social entrepreneur. Yeah.
Purely by default.
By
No
default.
intention made.
Absolutely.
But
no.
it is interesting because I think what I see with your story is that you created something out of passion, which was to help your own daughter. How old are your daughters, by the way?
My daughters are now 16 and 13.
Okay, so 16 and 13. So they went through a challenge in their own life. You then created something that was just run on a personal level to help them with their social interactions, make friends, overcome, I guess, the trauma of being bullied. That community grew just by word of mouth, and now it's grown into a fully fledged business. Did you ever see that this was a potential when you started this 2 years ago?
Absolutely not. I had no intention. If you told me like 3 years ago or even 2 years ago, I would say you know what? It's not happening. I wouldn't believe in myself. I had opportunities of running other communities earlier. I had a very good friend of mine running another community, and she really requested me so much, you take over, because I used to do some activities in that community. And I clearly said, I am not interested. Not me. I'm not interested at all. And she was like, okay, you take it, turn it into a business. I'm like, I don't want to do it because I don't have the time to do it. So it took me my personal journey, my personal pain, my personal challenges to reach to this point, because I wouldn't do it otherwise, you see? Because it takes your own experience and your own pain to change something, right?
100%.
So this is how
I agree.
This is how it was for me.
And also business entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey, and I think unless you really have this innate passion and love for what you do, there's a lot of downtimes during entrepreneurship, as you know, especially as a solo entrepreneur, and it's very lonely and it's challenging. But when you have that driving force within, when you have that calling that is a greater calling than yourself, that's what motivates you to keep going. And I guess for you, seeing the teenagers transform their lives, have more confidence, have more resilience, I mean, that's a huge driving factor.
Absolutely. We have a lot of children who came to us, let's say they didn't have friends, or they were new to Dubai and had nobody here. So, and we also have children from different communities, homeschooling. We have children coming from schools. They all have the same, actually, denominator, if you want to say it. They have not had any real opportunity to socialize out of school hours. And that goes not only for homeschoolers, it goes for school kids as well, because we do have a lot of inquiries from school children who found it difficult to make friends out of school hours. It's really, really gratifying to see these children coming in and then, be happy and make friends. It's so nice. It's very rewarding for me.
I can imagine. What's the age range then? How old does a child need to be able to join Teenovation, and what would be the limit on ages for the kids?
Yes. Initially we were doing this for 13 to 18, But now, since we know a lot of children have younger siblings, yeah, so we do accept children from 11. You know,
Okay.
11 is the new 13.
Well, they're quite mature, aren't they? I think this is the thing with kids. Now with all this access to digital connections, they're a lot more mature than I think we certainly were at their age.
Oh, yes, yes. And especially with, like you said, for me, I have my mission with Teenovation, to be honest, is to take the children away from their gadgets and give them something really meaningful to do. Give them the opportunity of real social interaction. You're not just going for, let's say, a sports class and you leave. No, we create opportunities for them to socialize, to bond, yeah, and make these special friendships.
It's so important. What a beautiful concept. So how would you explain Teenovation to a parent that maybe they were having some challenges? They could see that their child was a little bit isolated, not making friendships at school. What advice would you give to those parents, and how can they introduce Teenovation to their child? Because I do know as teenagers, I guess one of the biggest challenges that most parents have is that teenagers become very self-aware. As the brain develops, then this self-awareness part comes in during those teen years. And then they become self-conscious, they become self-critical. So joining new groups, when they're young, it's easier, I think. Take a kid to an activity, they go and they play. But as teenagers, it becomes a little bit more difficult. What advice would you give to a parent that could see that their child was struggling? They wanted to offer something like this to the child, but the child was a little bit resistant on trying something new. How could they overcome that?
Yes, we actually came across this kind of situations for sure. So yes, some children are, I think all children are a little bit shy before they join a community, right? But our community is inclusive and our children are very, very welcoming. We also have a teens organizing committee where we have our own team of teens.
Nice.
Yes, and they are actually making sure that everybody is welcomed in our community. So advice that I would give to parents who want to actually join Teenovation but is a bit reluctant because they think that children might not be very open to join something new. I would say try and see if it is a good fit for you, because we have amazing children. And like I said, our teens team, it's amazing. They are really friendly and they would just, go about these children and, make them feel welcome and help them with whatever is needed for them to be comfortable.
Okay, amazing. So what would be the onboarding process then? If I was a parent and I came to you and said, Margarita, I want to bring my child into the community, how do we integrate? Because I guess coming to an event would be a little bit overwhelming for a child that may also still be having some social issues. How would you integrate this child into the community in a very gentle and friendly and soft way?
Yes, I think all our introductions are quite soft because, like I said, because of the children, of the warmth of these children, right, in our team. So, so the process would be, registration on our website, yeah, and then we welcome them in our, our platform. For now, it's our internal platform, like chatting platform. And then what we do actually, they can access our calendar and they can sign up for the calendar for the activities of their choice. We have anywhere from 30 to 70 activities every month.
For you. I can't imagine your administration work. 30 to 70 activities. Blimey, that's crazy. Okay.
The thing is, I think people who really know me very, very well, they know that I'm a highly functional individual.
Well, you have to be for that kind of a...
Yes. What I also enjoy doing.
30 to 70 activities a month is really incredible. And are these activities mostly at weekends? Are they after school time?
So most of activities are after school. We have a couple in the mornings, but most of them are after school, most days of the week, and weekends. And weekends we are busy.
Do you attend all these activities as well?
Actually, yes.
Oh my goodness.
I think 98% of them, yes.
We need to clone you. Maybe soon now with AI, we can have a clone Margarita to go and do the activities with the kids.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That's a lot. So tell me about the activities. What kind of activities can parents expect to see?
Okay, so we have from water sports. When we say water sports, we do very friendly kind of sports. We don't do anything competitive because we want to foster an environment, safe environment for these children to feel comfortable and make friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't do anything competitive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all leisure. So when we say water sports, is paddle boarding, is kayaking, and children really love this. Then we have ice skating, and it's like a ritual now for our ice skating. Actually, I am organizing ice skating for years for the homeschooling community. It's been like, I think, about 6 years now. Yes, but this is such a popular activity. So it's today, actually, Friday.
Okay.
So this is a very interesting activity that we are doing because, like I said, we offer these teenagers opportunities to bond, right? So we don't want them to come do an activity and, there is nothing beyond that. So they do ice skating. Then we take everybody for lunch. So all the kids are having lunch in the food court. And then they are going to go for a mall hangout together. And I think allowing that space to the children is really, really important to make friends.
Where they can be themselves.
Where they can be themselves, yes. So, apart from entertainment activities, we do have, that is why we have a lot of activities to actually make sure that everybody's preferences is, addressed. So we have workshops, we have design thinking workshops, we do have camping, adventures, parties, like I said, innovative initiatives through our design thinking as well. We are going to participate at the university competition, yes, early next year, and I'm so excited.
For what? Competing for what?
It's a design thinking competition where real companies around Dubai are coming and presenting the challenges, and children are going to actually design a solution for that. I'm so excited about this. Yes.
So you're participating in this with the kids?
We are participating in this. Yes, with our kids. And
I want to join the camp. I want to do 70 activities a week and just hang out with friends. It sounds great.
Yes. We really have a very diverse range of activities. We do volunteering, planting mangroves. We do a lot with AMEG and planting mangroves, and also we participate last year in the coral restoration programs. Yes, meal packing.
How do you find? Do you change the activities every month, or do you keep the same activities for a period of time before you then change, or are you always introducing new ones?
Yes. So every month we have our regular, like the ritual activities,
the standard
right?
ones.
Standard ones, to make sure that that's there for children who actually really like that activity, so they can come and enjoy that in more numbers, right? But we definitely change activities. We add activities as they come available. We have partnered with a lot of institutions and schools and universities. So wherever they are providing us with, how it works. Sometimes it's like a last minute thing. So whenever the opportunities, we add them to the calendar, apart from what is already there in the calendar, that are new every month. So we do have standard activities that stay there, 2 or 3 that stay there, but we add a lot of activities, other activities, and we change every month, and also according to the season.
Gosh, so you're constantly looking and trying to find new things for the kids to do.
Absolutely. I reach everywhere to find opportunities for them.
Wow. Incredible. I honestly don't know how you handle everything. You are a superwoman, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely. And how many kids do you have at each event? I guess it depends on the kind of activity, but on average, how many would you expect?
It does depend. We have a lot of children, but thing is, because we have so many activities, right, to cater to different preferences. So we can have anything from 10, 20, 40. It depends on the activity.
Incredible. And how do parents, is this a subscription fee that parents would pay a monthly amount for, or do they pay per activity?
Okay, we have a subscription that is a membership fee. It's a community membership fee to be part of an exclusive safe environment, right? Activity. Okay. Each activity has their own charges, depending on activity and venue. But through our partnership, we are trying to actually get discounts and keep the activities pocket friendly as much as possible. We also have in our community, we also have something called Made by Teens for Teens. This is an initiative that we give teenagers who actually have a skill or a talent to actually run their projects and monetize their projects. So we also offer like entrepreneurship opportunities for them as well.
I like that very much.
Yes, we have every single month we have a pool movie night run by one of our teens, and it's really popular. Yeah, so he's monetizing with that. So we have other children.
Okay, so he would run the activity. He would manage the activity. The activity is charged, and he earns an income from running that.
Exactly.
Okay, nice. So you're fostering this entrepreneurial spirit within the kids too.
Exactly. I think it's so important to actually instill a sense of like an entrepreneurial spirit, like you're saying, right? Because the world is moving at a very, very, very fast pace. And, with the technology rising, we all know that a lot of jobs will be obsolete very shortly. So we want to actually train these children to be on their own and find opportunities, see opportunities around them, in their surroundings. And, I think the only way to actually thrive is to see opportunities and make use of these opportunities. And I think entrepreneurship is really amazing. And yes, I have a lot of children who actually want to be entrepreneurs. My own children as well. They want.
We need to get them into the Junior Gladiator program then. Get them building businesses. Yeah. I'd be really interested if you have any kids in the community that are running businesses or projects. Bring them in. I'll do a podcast with them. I'd love to hear their story. Yeah, no, we're all for giving children a voice, because I think often kids get overlooked when it comes to being taken serious in entrepreneurship. But actually, we've got some really successful kidpreneurs that are doing very well running their own businesses. And like you said, their creativity is different to ours. So we have these barriers, with our own limiting beliefs. Kids don't come with that. So I'm really interested to speak to any children or teens that you have. That. We can bring them into the studio. We could even do a podcast session with them and maybe even show them how a podcast works and how to run a podcast, so they can think about that for themselves.
That's so amazing that you are mentioning this, because I will tell you, so we have other kids running, let's say, a quiz night or Kahoot night or a movie debate. Yeah, so these children are monetizing that. Ours, we have a boy who actually ran an emotional art on the beach where, participants had to put their emotions on the canvas.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's
very expressive. Take it out
very
and
expressive.
Very nice.
Yes. So I would love to have them here actually. And because you said about the podcast, I'm so happy you mentioned it, because we are starting a podcast for Teenovation. And we want that to be run by the children.
Amazing.
We want to give a lot of opportunities for these kids to develop in a very harmonious way, like multidimensional, let's say, where they learn important skills for the future as well as social skills.
That's
and
beautiful.
Life skills.
I love that. And the thing is with entrepreneurship, especially, in that kids area, it teaches them so many other skills aside from generating an income or creating an idea. The problem solving, the critical thinking, the managing the money, the financial literacy opens this whole new world of skills that they learn throughout the project or ongoing as they're running their business. So I'm definitely an advocate for that. I'm into support in any way that I can. Count me in.
I'm so happy.
Love to.
I'm really happy to hear.
Can you give me an example, maybe thinking of one of the teens that's already in the community that maybe came to you with a certain personality trait, perhaps shy or socially struggling, and the transformation of that child from being in this community and what the change has been?
This is really interesting. A couple of weeks ago, I'll tell you, a couple of weeks ago, well, when I see the children, I see them happy. Okay, they were shy, let's say, in the beginning, but I think it's important for them to come once, twice. By the third time, they are already, familiar with other kids, right? But it's very, very interesting that you mentioned that, because a couple of weeks ago, I actually was contacted by two occupational practitioners wanting to know more about Teenovation, and they apparently some of these sent a few families to Teenovation that are enrolled with Teenovation now. And they told me that, the children are really happy, so I really wanted to meet you and know more about Teenovation. They actually found us on Instagram. Yes, and they saw like the work, the kind of work we used to do, and they recommended us to their clients. Maybe children are a little bit shy, maybe they found it difficult to make friends at school. I think children need a chance.
I agree.
I think children don't get the chance. And there's so much that's happening in the schools. We have all kinds of children from all backgrounds, right? It's heartbreaking to know that children in schools are bullied or depressed, but it's not only the peer pressure, let's say, but it's also the negative impact of social media.
Yeah, especially I think with girls, this constant comparison of trying to be perfect and not feeling good enough and not feeling beautiful enough. I talk to many parents, and with the boys, it seems to be a lot more down the gaming route, this obsession with gaming. And yet with the girls, it's this constant comparing themselves and eating disorders. I was reading some stats recently, and it said that 20% of teenagers between the age of 13 to 17 will have depression. I mean, that's a staggering number. And I think probably that's increasing with this isolation of being online. Do you find that many parents are coming to you because of that reason, that their children are overly obsessed with online and that's preventing them from having these social connections?
Well, I hope so, to be honest. I really hope so, because that is the mission of Teenovation, to take the children out of their gadget, out of their house after school hours, and give them something meaningful to do with their free time. Right. And from what I've noticed, Angela, is the children, they don't really want to go on the phone. They do that out of boredom. It's just at
habit.
Home. They don't have anything else to do. And 55% of the teens today are using texting as their, daily socializing and communication. It's sad. They should be out there and, collaborate and, have fun and socialize in person. So that is why that is a Teenovation, solution to this problem. So definitely I hope parents hear that and, give them the opportunity for these children to gain their years back, teenage years back, because staying at home after school hours on the gadgets, it's only going to make the matter worse.
Yeah, agree. No, they need to be social, definitely. And you see, I notice with my kids, when I've got two children, 10 and 16, and I don't deprive them of gadgets because, of course, it's their world, but we do have certain regulations around gadgets. But I do notice, especially with my 10-year-old, if he is playing on his iPad, for example, for, say, 20 minutes, and then I ask him to engage in something else, his mood's quite low. But if he's not on gadgets and I get him to come in and be involved in something else, his mood's very different. So I do see that it does affect them. And I know many parents say the same. We give them the iPad or the phone, just, give ourselves some peace and quiet. But then taking those away afterwards is a bigger drama than giving them in the first place. So I do actually see, even with my own children, from my own first-hand experience, that it affects the brain, it affects the mood, it affects the anger, these levels. It's an ongoing topic for all parents, balancing We don't want to deprive, we want to give, but we want to give within moderation. Do you have a no gadget zone when kids come to Teenovation? Are they allowed to bring their phones with them, or that's not allowed?
We don't have any policy on the phones.
Okay.
But from what I observed in the past 3 years, so I did the Teens Hub for 2 years and then 1 year as Teenovation. What I observed, children they have their phones with them, but they don't usually use them, you see. And this is how I came to know, actually, and I observed that children crave the social interaction. They're so happy making friends. Yes, they will use their phones to
take a selfie.
Pictures, selfies. Yeah, but not to engage in, let's say, social media or whatever. I see these children fully occupied with each other, during the activities. And with a lot of, I know there are so many studies, so many statistics. It's so alarming for the children, experiencing depression and whatnot. So many issues, actually, so many issues. From depression to self-harm to whatever is there, it's heartbreaking. But what I've noticed, give them a chance to socialize in person, and they will not go on the phone. And I asked our children, like several children, they don't particularly want to be on the phone, but there is nothing else to do.
Correct, yeah.
They're bored.
Yeah, so that it's just habit, it's habitual.
Yes, it's there available, and that's the only thing that's entertaining them.
Oh, I want to get my kids involved in this. I'm not sure my 16-year-old would at this stage would be open, but who knows?
We have a lot of 16
Oh, you do?
years old.
Okay.
I think most of us now are
really?
16. Yeah,
so
because they grew, yeah.
Okay. So how long, the kids that you have now, what's the longest time that one of those children has been in this community?
Right. So we have so many kids that started when we were first starting. Yeah, what I told you, for my children's socialization, right? So we have children that are with us from then as well. Many of them, they are still with us for 3 years.
Okay.
Yes,
wow.
and the new ones, let's say, who came just when we started, they are still with us. Some they left the country, or, felt that, they don't have the time to allocate. So it's fine, It's like opportunities we give to our children, and if that doesn't work, but I just know that, there is lack of time sometimes for the parents, but we do have a lot more children who stayed with us than who left.
That's beautiful. And do you find that the older kids then become mentors to the younger ones? So the ones that have been there for a while and they know how the system works, do they then help the new kids coming in and mentor them and help them to settle?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Nice. We have children, like say, younger siblings, 9 years old. We have one 7 years old, and he's so proud to hang out with the 16 years olds. Yeah. So we do accept younger siblings, and I can see they are so accepted by the older kids, older teens. It's such an inclusive community. It's so beautiful, Angela, to see these children actually playing with the younger ones. It's really,
which
really
is
nice.
how it used to be, right? If you look at tribal days and how big communities all live together, the older kids would take care of the little ones and they teach them and guide them.
Exactly. We even had an instance where a little one had a sleepover at the older teen house. So you can see it's
they build relationships.
Yes, it's really.
How many kids do you have all together in the community?
We have more than 100, but they do come, like I told you, they attend activities depending on the activity, whatever works for them, according to their schedule or preference.
Amazing. What's your vision? Where do you see, what would be your dream for Teenovation? Where would you like it to go?
Oh, my dream for Teenovation is to create this global Teenovation community where teenagers actually get to know each other. I want to create intercultural experiences where children learn about each other's cultures. We want to facilitate travel, between countries, right? We want to create a safe environment for these children to, in order to be able for them to feel safe and travel. Absolutely, a global community is our mission. I really, really am so passionate about it. And right now we are in the process of developing an app. We
I
have
wanted to ask you about the app,
yeah, we have found a couple of potential partners in a few countries, and I'm so excited about it.
So isn't it funny going from the Margarita, no, I won't run a community, to now having this global enterprise with children all over the world?
Exactly. Now I have like a global vision, so it's I didn't really have any idea I'm gonna reach here one day. Like, no way. I didn't want to do anything like that.
Incredible.
Yes.
Now I know that because you're so passionate about what you do, you also take a lot of time to surround yourself with professionals that work in different fields, so psychology, entrepreneurship, mindset. Tell us about that, because I think that's really valuable, that you make sure that the kids, they do have a safe environment, but also mentally and from a wellness point of view, you're able to cater to them in that sense as well. So tell me about the people that surround you that also work and support you.
Oh yes, definitely. I have an amazing team of board of advisors that I always reach to, for advice, for guidance. That is why we actually made sure that we have a child psychologist, we have an entrepreneur, businesswoman, then we have another serial entrepreneur, marketing specialist, we have a tech specialist. So obviously I wanted to surround myself with people who are actually passionate about my mission. They believe in my mission. That is extremely important, because when they believe in my mission, then is where they can actually help, scale it. And their input is always very important.
Is there a point when you're working with these teens that so say for example a new teen would come into the community and you can see that, or you feel that there are other things going on, maybe a deeper issue mentally or emotionally, do you then advise the parents that perhaps this child needs a little bit extra support on a psychology level, or would you just step away from that?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I am talking to some parents who are experiencing whatever challenges. Obviously, I am trained in child safeguarding and protection of child protection. So I am trying to see things. So if I see, I am definitely talking to the parents.
Okay, so you're looking at the kids from a holistic point of view, as well as not just the social and entertainment side, but also their mental well-being as well.
Definitely, I will always have a chat with the parent if I think there is something.
And do the parents come along to these activities, or do they drop and run?
Yes, no. Some parents want to attend all activities.
Maybe the kids don't want them there.
They don't want, kids don't want the parents there. That's for sure. For me, I prefer to have families together. You see, so I always encourage parents to be present, unless there is like an educational workshop where the workshops are designed for children and parents are not really, it's not their place there. Otherwise, they are welcome to all our activities. We have the beach hangouts where full families are coming together. We have campings or family coming together. We have the trips, or we have trips in Oman, a dhow cruise, overnight sleeping in the boat and sleeping under the stars, and it's so beautiful. So whoever parents want to join, they're very, very welcome. Some are just sending the children,
So it's not just about the teen well-being, it's also the family well-being too, and bringing the family members together.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes, as it is with teenagers, we all know sometimes what happens, right? Teenagers will not really listen and they become a little bit rebellious sometimes. But I think if you have that understanding of them and bring their families together, I think that will also, benefit. It creates a bond with their family again.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And how would that work with families that wanted to be involved? So would they, in terms of the community membership, say it's an overnight stay in Oman, would then the family fund themselves to come and stay on the trip, or is that inclusive in the membership? How do the financial side work?
No, so like I said, we have a membership fee that's to be part of the community. And then each activity is priced separately,
Okay.
depending on the venue. So if the parents, for example, want to come to Oman, right, on a month trip, so they will have to pay along with their children, right,
Got it.
separately. But they do get the same discounted fees.
Okay, so could a family come along that maybe were not in the community, they hadn't signed up for a membership? Could they still come along with the group just to test it and see how their child interacted and if they felt comfortable?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
We have a lot of such experiences. We have a few children who actually prefer to try to see if we are a good fit for them, to see if they can, feel comfortable. Definitely, they can come and try, and then most of them joined. Yeah.
I think this is a really, I guess, a great tool for homeschooling parents and homeschooling families. That was always, we looked at homeschooling for our kids many years ago, but I think my barrier to exploring that was really, I was worried about their social interaction and then being not around other kids and not forming these relationships. So we did put our kids into mainstream school. But the more that I learn about homeschooling and the more that I see the challenges with the school system, I think it would be something that I would definitely consider for my own children. My concern again would be the social aspect, but with something like this, you have the education that you can manage yourself, but then you've also got the social aspect too. How many homeschooling parents, I can imagine this is very appealing to the homeschooling communities. Do they all know about you here in the region?
I think some know about Teenovation, yes. There is also a very large homeschooling community.
There is I was surprised,
Yeah, there is a
700
very
children
large
just in the
homeschooling community.
UAE, which I was surprised.
Yeah, definitely. But Teenovation is not the homeschooling community. Teenovation is a mix. We don't really want to differentiate between children. I think it's really important for me to keep this inclusive because we want to have children of different backgrounds, whether they're homeschooled or they're going to brick and mortar school or online schooling. We want them to be together because I just feel in few years' time they'll be out on their own, right? So I don't really want to do that kind of segregation.
Yes.
And we also have a lot of children coming from school with these issues. To be honest with you, socializing is not a homeschooling problem, to be honest.
It's not.
No,
That's my
it's
ignorance.
Not. That is so, I know everybody's concerned about that, but I think our children.
Because you homeschool, did you homeschool your girls?
I do,
Uh-huh,
actually.
you do.
So
You do that yourself, as well as running your global enterprise, you also homeschool your
I
girls.
homeschool my children.
Yourself, or do you have tutors? You do
No,
that?
not tutors, no. So my children were in school initially.
Right.
We changed 4 schools.
Okay.
Yeah, because
In
obviously-
Dubai?
Here in Dubai, in Sharjah actually, that time it was in Sharjah. I changed 4 schools before I decided I want to homeschool my children.
How old were they then?
Grade 5, 10,
Okay.
about 10, 10 years old. Grade 5 and 2. They were little, but it's the best decision I've made in my life, to be honest. Because yes, I had to put in a lot of work. So for me to be able to homeschool my children it wasn't easy, and I had to give up on my career, on my business, because I couldn't do. I mean, I want to do one thing good. I'm a perfectionist, so I can't do. I just feel that if I don't focus enough in one thing.
We become a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Yes. So I just wanted to make sure that children are getting, adequate education.
Was
And
that
for me-
difficult because there's such different ages, different spectrums? Was that difficult managing your time from the one who's grade 2 to the one who's in grade 5? I mean, the curriculum's completely different. How did you manage your time with the kids being so different?
It was difficult, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie here. It's not for the faint-hearted, but is very rewarding, to be honest. I used to teach my children. I used to teach my children when they were in school too. So what happened?
Okay.
So what happened when they came from school?
No, you were doing it again
after
anyway.
8 hours at school, they would do their homework, and I would just go through their books, and I have to teach them everything again.
Okay.
You know, so I did that for a few years, and I just, so my turning point was where I'm like, you know what, if they go to school and then I have to teach them the same thing at home,
What's the
I
point?
might as well homeschool. And also because my idea of education changed, changed a lot. So I'm a big advocate for progressive education and hands-on, experimental, project-based education.
Yes,
Yeah, so I did that with my children, but like you said, because there is a gap difference in age, it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy because if I homeschool them myself, right, and taught them myself, I need to figure out the resources. I have to bring resources, put them together, especially when you want to do like a project-based kind of education. It's not easy for a parent to get resources for different publishers, for example, or different providers, and put them together to have that interdisciplinary kind of education. It's a tedious process. That is why when I found this school for my children, I'm so happy because it was like my dream.
So they're in school now?
They are in online school program. It's a progressive project-based school.
Okay. Now you can breathe.
I can breathe. That's my vision for education, to be honest. And I'm really so grateful that I found it because, like you say, I can breathe. You know, as a homeschooler, what happens is you are teaching your children, but you always have at the back of your mind, I'm not doing enough.
Am I doing it right? Of course, yeah.
Yeah, am I doing right? Or am I doing enough? And then you start adding stuff to them. And I think it's like overwhelming. Yes, I'm really happy I found my dream education school for my children.
How long have they been in this system for?
So my oldest one, she's year 3. And my younger one, year 2. She actually entered the school, entered 9th grade at 12.
Are they happy with the system?
Oh my God, so happy. So happy. I'll give you an example with my older one. My older one, when she was about 12, 13, she came to me, hey Mama, I don't think I have to go through all this study, 12 grades, and then go to university. I might as well go to university early. Just let me pass the exams and, So the plan was, so we changed plans. We changed from American curriculum now to British curriculum because she wants to pass this test, GCSE test. So she studied for 3 months. She covered up the curriculum, and then she sat at IGCSEs, a few of them. But then, a few months from then, we found out about School of Humanity. Okay? As she entered School of Humanity, in first month, she came to me and told me, I don't want to go to university early because she was supposed to be in university like by the age 15 on the foundational year.
Incredible.
But then she came to me and told me, I am enjoying learning. Now I'm learning and I love it.
So
I want to go through the all 4 high school years process.
So it's called School of Humanity.
School of Humanity.
And where are they based? The US?
They are registered in Florida, but they are having their some team members here.
And what is it? What do they do? Do they have
It's a project-based school, online project-based
Online.
School. Yes.
So they would join a class with other kids and a teacher, and then they would teach them the curriculum, but product-based.
So it's actually, they don't teach subjects. They teach disciplines. It is an interdisciplinary approach to education. So they have live online classes where, they collaborate with each other on projects. And then they actually tackle real-life challenges. Yeah, so this is how this school works. They tackle real-life challenges for which the children have to design solutions. And it's amazing.
I've never heard of that before, School of Humanity. I'll have a look at that.
Yeah.
And do they take right the way from primary all the way through to secondary?
Right now it's a high school, so yes. My youngest one, actually, she entered when she was 12. So they have, for younger kids, normally it's 13 plus, but for younger kids, they would have like kind of assessment to see if the children, it's only because they want to see if the children can understand complex concepts. High school and, project interdisciplinary school works a bit different, so they need to have that kind of understanding of text, of research, be able to do research. So there'll be a little bit of assignment. Yeah.
Amazing. So they're doing this for their education, and then they've got the Teenovation for their social side and entrepreneurial side.
Exactly.
What a great mix.
Yes, and because I mentioned it, Teenovation is now the learning and social hub of School of Humanity. We are partners.
Okay.
Yes, so we are taking care of the socials for their students.
Nice. And how many students are there here from School of Humanity?
I believe about 12.
Okay.
15, I think. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to have a look at that, because my youngest son, I think, would thrive in an environment like this. He's not the sort of sitting academic, going through the curriculum kind of child. He's very creative thinking. He likes hands-on. He likes to do things where he feels like he's making a difference. So I think for him, this would be really appealing, this kind of education that's a bit more free thinking.
For sure. The school encourages creativity, critical thinking. The school mentors children to actually reach some projects that are mind-blowing. You need to go through their website.
I'm going to have a look. And I guess the beauty of this is that if they're doing their lessons online, the kids don't have to be in the institution. They can travel. So they don't have to be based here. You can move around with the children. They're still getting their education. I'm going to have a look at this one. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Now, what's the future for Teenovation then in this region? How do you see, or what do you need to make Teenovation more known, get more families to know about what you're doing, get the schools to see what you're doing? How can we get the word out there for you?
Yes, that will be really amazing, because we want to reach to as many teens possible. It's not only for, providing them the let's say, the support they need if they face challenges, but also to provide a solution to this gadgets and screen time after school. You see, I think this is so important. I would definitely love to approach schools. I've tried. It's such a hurdle. I have participated on this fair at the school recently, and I met with a few counselors who were actually excited to know about Teenovation. And there are schools I emailed to, but I don't think they are very responsive to the emails. Definitely, I would love to reach out to, communities of parents with teenagers, schools. It's so important, especially schools.
No, I see that. I think my kids' school will be open to something like this. They have days where they bring external providers to come in, anything related to wellness of the children. They would have external providers come in and talk to the kids or the parents about what they're offering. So I'll definitely put Teenovation forward to my son's school.
That would be amazing.
And then any of the parents out there that are listening, spread the word, because word of mouth is definitely the most powerful form of referrals. How can people reach you if they want to reach out and get more information? How do they find you?
So they can find me on Instagram at Teenovation Dubai, Facebook Teenovation Teens Hub Dubai, and our website teenovation.net.
Perfect.
Yes.
And we'll add all those social handles underneath. Margarita, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been such an insightful conversation. I want to get my kids I want to sign up, forget the kids. I want to be involved. But thank you, really. It's I think what you're doing is incredible for the younger generation, and more important now than ever to get kids together and socializing again. So thank you for this. Thank you for your...
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to
My
spread
pleasure.
awareness and word out there. It's so much needed. And, as you said, solo is not easy at all to reach out, and it takes a village to raise a healthy child.
Yes.
So any help possible that we can, avail to reach out to more teenagers, that will be amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening today. What a wonderful concept, bringing our kids back together again, having them socializing, having that support. Any parents out there that either have teens or know parents that have teenagers, then please reach out to Teenovation. It's an amazing organization. It's just so full of love and togetherness and community that I think all of us as parents can definitely find value in. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.